All right, everybody, we're squeaking in about 2 minutes past the hour, but we're here. It's Wednesday, December 17th of the year 2024. It is the last episode of Material Issues of this year. It's episode number 184. I'm Mark Hershberger of Pop Detective Records. I'm over here in what was a very nice, warm, comfortable 58 degrees South Jersey day, but it's going colder soon. But not complaining at all is my good friend, Mr. David Bash. He's out there in the West Coast where it's 80 degrees and sunny. He's the president of the International Pop Overthrow Festival. And he's not only a patient, he is a member of the Back Club for Men Pain Club. David, how the heck are you feeling tonight?
I mean, so far today has been better than usual, but I haven't walked that much. No, it's still been agony, both literally and figuratively, as I await my cortisone shot, which is now scheduled for a week from Friday. So up until then, I'm probably going to remain in this kind of pain. Although I am tomorrow, I'm seeing a spine specialist on Friday. And I'm seeing my cardiologist just for a checkup. Nothing going wrong with my heart that I know of. So, but just to get blood work done and consult and stuff. And then Friday I have the spine doctor. Anyway,
we're going to turn this show like away from a music-based show or interview show into what health problems do you and I have this week type of a show.
I know. I mean, I think about this. You know, I'm 66 years old. I feel in many ways like I'm still 16. Not like a 16-year-old today, a 16-year-old in 1974.
Yeah.
I still feel that way in many ways. And I look in the mirror and I just don't see a 66-year-old man, because when I was a kid, 66-year-old people weren't wearing cool jewelry or mod shirts. And a lot of them were walking around with canes. I was talking about the possibility that I might need one.
Hey, Tim, we're going to send a link off to you shortly. So just kind of hang out. Yeah, it's all good.
So,
no, I agree with you. You know, you tell people that like you're a little older than I am. I'll be 63 momentarily, and you know, I say to people, yeah, I'm starting to feel my age. I'm getting older, and people look at, oh, you're not that old. But when you think about the average lifespan of a male in the United States is 78. That's the average. You know, if you're average, and of course that does take in account, you know, some racial inequalities as far as
it also takes into account babies who die of.
Yeah, right. But
I think
it's 78.
I think once people reach 77, the odds are that they're going to go well past 78.
Yeah, it's all a matter of what you get to.
Sure. Exactly, Rick. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's all a matter of like what you get to, because the older you get, the better your odds are to live to be a little bit older than that if you're reasonably healthy. But I feel it. So I become very grateful and thankful for every single day. And
that's exactly how I'm feeling, or trying to feel. I know eventually, you know, it's just back problems. I mean, it's not like I have terminal illness. Eventually, this will be solved.
And it's not like you're losing your hearing, which would really screw you up.
Oh my God.
Right.
You know, that's interesting, because you know, a while ago I was thinking about this. I don't know how long ago, several years, but you know, you ask most people, if you had to lose one sense, if you had to lose either sight or vision, rather, which one would you do?
Or hearing, sight or hearing,
sight or hearing, or vision, right? Sight or hearing, and you know, 90% would probably say hearing, because they feel like if they lost their sight, they would be too dependent upon everyone, and you know, visual surrounding is so important. But musicians would not say that. They'd be the 10% that would say, no, God, I'd much rather, if I had to lose one, it would be sight. I couldn't bear to lose my hearing. And you know, I'm not a musician, but I'm a record lover, and I think, I wouldn't be able to bear losing my hearing. I exposed my hearing to a lot of loud noise at IPO, but so far, knock wood, it's still okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've felt the detritus of my hearing over the years because I played in bands for many years, and that was quite loud all the time, and I don't hear certain frequencies very well anymore. I know that for a fact, and I tend to play things louder in the car, louder in the house, put the earbuds in so I can hear
Right.
things better. You know,
Sure.
then you hop in like my daughter's car or something, and they have the volume so low, and they can hear it fine, and I'm like, can you turn that up? I can't hear a thing. Then they turn it up, and it's Taylor Swift, and I go, can you turn that down?
Can you turn it
No,
off?
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. It's all good, but yeah, I get it. I mean, there's that'd be a tough choice if I had to choose between sight or hearing. I don't know.
Now, it would be an easy choice for me. And obviously, I wouldn't want to be blind, but if it came down to the choice of the two,
Well, like if you lost your sight and you became an absolute mess, and Rena said, "Well, I'm out of here." Who's going to help you pick out your CDs and put them in the CD player so you can hear it?
Good point.
All you can do is go like this and go, I have no idea. None of these CDs came in Braille, you know?
No, I mean, if I went blind, I would probably never leave the house unless I went with somebody I knew. But otherwise, I stay home and I know where the furniture is. Well, somebody once said, I forgot who it was. Somebody once said about Howard Cosell. He's the kind of guy that would rearrange the furniture in Helen Keller's house.
John, would you rather lose the use of your hands or the use of your tongue? I don't know. Well, anyhow, I'm going to just. I'm just going to.
My wife would like it if I lost the use of my tongue.
Yeah. Oh, but
yeah.
I'm going to send these links off to a couple of people that may join us tonight for fun.
John, let's just ask if you want to join us, make a comment saying that, and then Mark will send you the link, I guess.
John would rather lose this conversation. Done. It's done.
No, yeah, we're not going to talk about that stuff anymore. How about this? My watch of the day, and we've got something that matches my purple polka dotted mod shirt. We've got my.
It's your Barney watch.
It's my Henry Archer Nordlys. It's a company from Denmark, and it's purple with a white band. Now, normally they sold this with a black band, with a white band as an extra accessory. I said, I'm fine with buying the white band. I think I'd rather have it that way. But I think it would be a good idea if you showcase this watch with a white band. I think it works really well. And he said, good idea.
Oh, cool.
It's now showcased with a white band. But yeah, the perfect colors to complement this shirt. Also, I've been, as I posted on Facebook, I've been dieting for the past 2 weeks. I figure, A, it can't be bad for me, and B, it'll probably take some pressure off of the nerve in my back.
Very much so.
I've lost 15 pounds so far. The only thing that's not great about that is all I did was lose the weight that I gained in the past couple of weeks prior. But hey, it's a start. Hopefully I can stay with it.
Yeah. Stick with it.
I do feel better, incorrigible, huh? That's a sure. We could get that for Robbie Wrist.
It's my tribute to The Sound of Music. The little girl, what was her name?
I don't remember.
Whatever, but she was incorrigible.
Ah, okay. I haven't seen
Tim,
her.
yeah, I sent the link out, Tim, and anybody watching that asked for the link. John, I sent it out to you as well. So yeah, anybody watching, if you want to join us live, actually come into the room live on video. Send me an email at
Rick, if you want to join. No pressure, but
Mark Wayne 61, MarkWayne, like John Wayne, but Mark Wayne 61 at yahoo.com Just send me an
Lisa
email. Let me
Michaels,
know.
Tom Richards, if you're on, join us.
Just send me your email address, and I'll send you a link for StreamYard, and we'll come in and hang out with us for a couple of minutes. Say hi, while we're just goofing off tonight. It's just David and I this evening. There's no other guests. I'm just checking my emails here. I'm just getting some people checking in, but yeah, it's all good. Outside of that, I was thinking this is our last show of this year. Next week, Christmas Day and beginning of Hanukkah all starts on Wednesday, so we're taking a break next week. We're coming back the very first day of the new year. But I was just thinking, we've had some great shows this year, and we've done this 184th episode. So I look back real quick. I mean, last week's show with Rick Corcoran of the Orgone Box was one of my favorite shows of the year. Every show is my favorite show, but I've been a big fan of his. But as we go back, that was episode 183. Episode 180 with Ron Flint and Steve Allen of 2020 was fantastic. Tommy Allen and Gary Fournier of the Half Cubes at 172. That episode was one of my favorites. Of course, the slightly controversial Ken Stringfellow episode of the Posies was episode 170. Yeah. I love the Tom Hartman of the Aravons. That was episode 164. Donette Thayer of Game Theory. That was a wonderful interview of episode 160. And then we have Vivica Sagastad and Ken Fox. Vivica with her, she just finished her final Christmas show of the season with the two ladies she plays with called the Why Not Sisters. They're so good. If you haven't seen them, go out to YouTube and search for the Why Not Sisters, WYNOTTE, and look at their Christmas shows. They are as good as it comes. They do a version of Christmas in Suburbia by Martin Newell, which just kills. Martin Newell himself commented on how good it was.
Wow.
And then Don Danema of The Circle, episode 150, was a great interview. I love that one. Of course, David Payton of Pilot was on the show, episode 143. And going back early in the year, Paul Collins at episode 142. Peach and Lee, episode 140. How good was that? And then the Corgis, episode 139.
That one meant a lot to me.
Great episode as well. But
yeah,
really something. So we've got a couple of our friends down in the queue. We can bring them up and say hi and chat a little bit. What we got going on here?
I see one that says monkey, but I believe I recognize him.
Oh, Snap Crackle Pop, Podomatic.com. Tim Allen.
Hey, Tim. Great to see you.
Nice
to meet you guys.
Hello, Tim. Good to see you. I mean, I've immediately impressed with the vinyl and CD behind you that rivals David's wall. Good to meet you, Tim. Fantastic for coming in and hanging out with us a little bit. Who's Mr. Monkey over here? I'm looking over in the corner. Where are we at here?
So I'm Steve from Star Collector.
Yeah, Steve. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you, Steve.
Good to see you, David.
Star Collector. Look, yeah, there it is. Star Collector on the wall behind you. Nice. What's happening in the Star Collector world right now?
Busy recording.
Busy recording. Yeah. Well, we have 6 albums out by now, I think. Something like that.
We
5
do.
or 6.
We do.
I really miss Vancouver.
Oh,
we love coming up to Vancouver every year. Even if we weren't doing IPO, we would probably want to come up there, but that makes it all the better. So
for sure. I mean, you probably don't miss the rain we're having right now, but yeah.
Oh no. Well, when we come up in August, it's generally sunny, but I know that you get rain most of the rest of the year. Sorry,
you're up in Vancouver right now.
I am. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So you're probably relatively cool at this moment.
Yeah, it was actually quite nice today, but yesterday was like windstorm and rain and all sorts of fun.
Yeah. Lovely far northeast.
Yeah.
Tim, where are you from?
Upstate New York.
If you want, be a little more specific, because I used to live there.
Well, yeah. I never say exactly where, but near Binghamton, in that area, very near Pennsylvania. Very, very
right.
near Pennsylvania.
Yeah, if you could give us the exact address and what days of the week you go to work and what the hours are, that'd be great, Tim.
No.
It's nice. Tim, we appreciate you. We got a star collector.
Another.
Oh,
nice one, Vic. Great to see you.
Look at
Good
that.
to see
All
you
right.
too.
That's the best haircut of the night so far.
Somebody looks
How are
tan.
all you young fellows doing?
Yeah, we're doing.
Star Collector puts on one of the best live shows at IPO. Just so much energy, and they're so tight. Always great to have them. And they did come to Liverpool early in our run there. We're still at the Cavern. Come back anytime you want.
Oh, we have to.
Oh, careful what you ask for.
Yeah, I know, really.
And LA.
good.
First time we met you was in LA. I think it was like the second or third IPO.
Yeah, that's true. You guys go way back.
Way back.
Yeah.
So
If you see me looking down, I'm just sending some links to some people that are trying to join us. John, I resent you the link. So if you see it, check it out. Rick, I'm sending you a link right now. Hopefully it works. Pop in and join us.
Mark.
There's Mr. John. Mr. John Borak. John Borak's in the house. Beatles t-shirt, Beatles author extraordinaire, Beatles band drummer. What else Beatles related do you do, John, that I haven't covered so far?
I buy way too many Beatles records.
Beatles record buyer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. John, we've got a couple members of Star Collector in the room. We've got the venerable Tim Allen, who's always joining us every Wednesday. We appreciate all the comments he always makes. But this is our last show of the year. This is episode number 184, believe it or not. It's kind of crazy, but we didn't have a guest tonight. We didn't have much planned. We're going to play some music in a little bit. We're going to goof off here and there, but we just wanted anybody who would pop in and wants to say hi and tell us what's going on in your world and things like that. So Star Collector's recording some new stuff. Do you have plans for the new year on a certain target date?
Were you talking out of school, Steve?
Yeah.
Was he talking before I got here?
I've said nothing. I've said nothing.
I'll get you at rehearsal, Red Baron. Yeah.
So we can't expect some new Star Collector. Huh?
Very good.
Yeah. We're just
You know what, Mark?
in the middle
Since
of
we've
it.
got two Canadians on,
Oh.
I one of the songs I wanted to play today, we might as well do it now. Believe it or not, Burton Cummings has a new record.
Oh, no way.
One of the most respected Canadian musicians ever, and he's still going strong. The album's called A Few Good Moments. You can either buy it as a CD or a 2 LP. It's still 33 and a third, but they're like 4 songs aside. And I went for the LP version, and I really like it. Hey, Rick. Rick, can you hear us?
Rick, there you go. Good. All right.
Can we hear you? I guess he's
Rick, say something.
Hello, everybody.
There we go. Now we're happy. Move on with Burton Cummings.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a track from the new album.
Very cool.
He's still got it. I'll tell you that. This one is called "Shoot Me Down" by Burton Cummings.
Why don't you shoot me down again like you Robert Steele? Shoot me down again, I won't be your door. Why don't you shoot me down again like you Robert Steele? Shoot me down again, I'm gonna change the format. Might take me up past 38,000 feet, and you might try to buy me with alcohol.
I really want to capture this.
You're never gonna get me initiated first night out of the box, 'cause I'll never risk it all. I'll never risk it all just to have you go. Shoot me down again like you Robert Steele. Shoot me never risk it all. I'll never risk it all just to have you go. Shoot me down again like you Robin Steele. Shoot me down again, I won't be your door. Why don't you shoot me down again like you Robin Steele? Shoot me down again, I'm gonna change the format. Oh no, you're such a weeping baby. Oh no, I hear you crying baby. Oh no, you're such a weeping baby. Oh no, I'm never gonna let you do it to me. Might take me up past 38,000 feet. You might try to buy me with alcohol.
Voice sounded pretty good,
You're
too.
never gonna get me initiated this night out of the box. 'Cause I'll never risk it all. I'll never risk it all just to have you go. Shoot me down again like a robber's heel. Shoot me down again, I won't be your door. Why don't you shoot me down again like a robber's heel? Shoot me down again, I'm gonna change the form. Why don't you shoot me down again like a robber's heel? Shoot me down again, I won't be your door. Why don't you shoot me down again like a robber's heel? Shoot me down again, I'm gonna change the format.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow. There you go. Burton Cummings. Wow.
The thing that really strikes me about that song is, the guy's 78 years old, and he's doing an up-tempo song. One of the things that always bothered me, even when I was, in the 70s, when some band would come back, let's say the Grassroots or somebody from the 60s, they never did up-tempo tunes. Everything was mid-tempo because it was like, well, we're too old to sing faster and to put any energy behind it. Look at Burton Cummings at 78, and I heard no auto-tune whatsoever.
Voice is still sounding good.
Steve and I are
Yeah,
turning 88 and we're still doing it. So
Yeah, right. There's also some really nice ballads on here. So it's a nice mix of stuff.
For
Yeah,
some
you guys-
reason,
you guys
I
have
could not
some,
hear it at all.
Show it again.
I'm not
here.
sure why.
You guys have
Burton
some good
Cummings,
filters
good
going
moment.
on. You look good.
yeah. Well, actually,
Right.
what struck me, to be perfectly honest, is I can't think if I've ever heard a Burton Cummings song that doesn't have piano in it.
Oh, there.
Wow.
That's
I know
Yes.
that everything I say is a joke, but that was serious actually. Like, it was kind of
Good
strange
point.
to hear a
Yeah.
song of his that was just like straight up guitars, bass, and drums. That was weird.
there's definitely some piano on this record, but I don't know. For some reason, the up-tempo song struck me the most, so I went for it.
Yeah.
His voice is sounding great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, well, good. That's already released, David, or when's it? Is it coming?
Yeah,
out
no, it's
soon?
released. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I just ordered it from Amazon.
That's a-
All right,
But,
Jordan. Let's see you instead of hiding behind the keyboard. Come on live with us.
and everybody, if you want to pop on live, send me an email, markwayne61 at yahoo.com. We'll get you in live. Our last show of the year. We're just saying hi to everybody, and this is going to be very organic. If anybody has to come and go or do whatever you have to do, just do what you have to do. There's no reason you have to stay the whole show. We're just happy to say hi and check out what's going on in your lives and say thanks for hanging out with us for this whole year. We've got a couple of members of Star Collector here. Word has it, rumor has it, they're not really sure, but there could be some new Star Collector music coming next year.
If that's a
Yeah,
rumor.
no, you did ask that question, and I'm happy to answer it here because we are. We're right in the thick of album number 7, and we got 14 songs on the go, and we'll probably put, I don't know, 12, 13 of them or something on the record when the time gets
Nice.
there. But yeah, we're working on it. Maybe April, May.
Is it mostly mid-tempo stuff, piano based?
It's mostly ballads, piano-based ballads from our 88-year-old median average age.
Hey,
This is real hair, gentlemen, real hair.
Yeah,
John,
everybody.
this is something I don't think anyone else but me knows about. You guys were talking about mid-tempo, and there's a song that our my good friend Brian Casson of the band Chewy Marble wrote called Mid-Tempo Trap. I guess as a response to a review that two reviews, one that Dan Epstein wrote and one that John Borak wrote. Kind of sardonically talking about being in a mid-tempo trap and that they really weren't. You remember that they quoted your line about them being invisible.
Yeah, I remember.
Great song, though.
I didn't really think so, but whatever, For some reason, I don't know if you guys could hear me earlier. I could not hear the Burton Cummings song at all. It didn't come through. I'm not sure why.
But you could hear us speak?
Yeah, I could hear you guys speak, but I couldn't hear 78-year-old Burton Cummings rocking out.
Yeah, well, it was. I
will have to check that out
in the back of the scene. But I thought it was a good track.
That reminds me of when I was a kid. One of my friends who didn't want us to listen to the World Series on radio on his radio said, "My radio only gets music." Of course, we all laughed because that was preposterous. But look at you, your feed doesn't get music.
Hold on, Steve.
Is there like a television set going on in the background?
Somebody's got something going on.
Yeah, who's watching TV here?
Ain't me.
We'll never know.
One thing about the Burton Cummings album, if you're going to call an album A Few Good Moments, you're just begging for a review that mentions the title.
Yeah.
Just saying.
True
Hey,
enough.
Steve,
Yeah.
send me an email, Steve, at markwayne61@yahoo.com. I'll get you up here. Our good friend, the CD junkie, Steve Spaz Schnee, wants to come on as well.
How many? We have room for two more, I guess.
I don't know. I'm just going to keep adding it to the whole screen just falls apart. Or till Jordan Oakes stops talking about taking care of business.
Why isn't Jordan coming on and doing these jokes in person?
I don't know.
Yeah, come on, Jordan, be brave.
Okay, I got
That's
a
all
funny
good.
story based on what Jordan just said here. It seems appropriate. So years ago, maybe 25 years ago, Steve and I took part. There was this bid for Randy Bachman to make the Guinness Book of World Records. And they did this thing in downtown Vancouver where he went down there and invited as many people to come play guitar for the longest amount of time. And they just played Taking Care of Business for I don't know how long, 2 hours straight. And Steve and I and our bass player at the time went down there with our guitars and joined in. So we were part of that bid. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So did he make the Guinness Book of World Records?
I think he did, but then I think someone beat him after that with some other, I don't know, probably Louie or something.
It was probably C.F. Turner.
Did you get to talk with him at all?
No, he was a little further down he was right in the middle of this like library square, and we were all squared around him. We have pictures of it. It was it was fun. Not quite 3 chords in the truth, but 3 chords in something.
Right.
That's good stuff.
3 chords in the business.
Yeah, I just put the email address there in the comments. markwayne61@yahoo.com. Steve, I just sent you also by Facebook a little the link to the show. So check out both, see which one works. You're a StreamYard veteran. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Has anybody here heard any music recently that really blows your mind?
I've heard a really good CD this week by a group called The Heats.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, first new album in 40 plus years.
Wow.
Yes.
Really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
I'll have to get myself a copy of that.
I'm only here because Tim Allen owes me $10 and he keeps avoiding it. Tim, cough it up. Hey, Mark, David, Tim,
How you doing?
Mr. Borak, Monkey, Stock Collector, and Rick.
I love it. I love it. Well, Steve, when can we, Steve Schnee, when can we see a new episode of the video podcast you're doing with music videos? Because Stock Collector will be coming out with new music next year. They have to make a video for it and send it your direction.
Oh, Schnee TV?
Yeah, Schnee TV.
Yeah, indie music videos, probably early 2025. You know, I mean, I have to admit, show started out great, tons of views. With each episode, down. But that's just the way it is with, you know, I did a interview with Bob Jackson from Badfinger, which I posted last week. That's done really good numbers. But the thing that just blew wide open is I just put together this 2-minute trailer reel or promo reel for a Status Quo or Status Quo compilation that came out, and that's gotten like 3,300 views. Wow. And I'm thinking, how the heck does that happen?
Yeah, we'd like to know ourselves.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you.
I love the idea though, Steve. Schnee TV, just bringing all the music videos together in one place. The age of music video in one area has been kind of long gone. It's kind of nice to be able to view that in one spot. I'm glad you gather it.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad that you know people have enjoyed it, because I mean it's strange that you know, people won't actively go out and, you know, search, you know, so like if Star Collector puts out a new video, well, I guess it's going to be kind of hard, because if you don't know who Star Collector is, or if you're not on YouTube a lot, you may not even know, or, you know, if you're not a social media person, you're not going to know. So, you know, it's always fun. And, you know, I'm still waiting for, John Borak did an incredible video for Disco Duck, his cover of Disco Duck. And unfortunately, he refuses to let me post it on YouTube.
I'm sorry. Did you say something? I missed it.
Well, Steve, I actually did a follow-up video for Rick D's follow-up, Disco-rilla.
Oh, did you?
He really did follow up Disco Duck with Disco-rilla. It did not work.
No,
number 70 something, and that's it.
I didn't know about that song until maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Didn't even know it existed. But I kind of but for decades I was kind of hoping that I would forget that Disco Duck ever existed. But you know what? I'm not knocking disco music. I'm, you know, as I always say, disco music was created to allow people to have fun. I mean, it's the same thing you could say about power pop and stuff like that. It's created to bring joy into somebody's life. Whether you care about the genre or not, doesn't matter. The reason behind it is expression, and then getting people to get up and move and stuff. And that's, you know, I'm not a huge disco fan. I don't have a lot of disco CDs, but I will not, there are 3 things I will not diss in public: disco music, any type of politician, and Tim Allen. Those are the 3 things I will not diss in public.
You do that every day.
In private, though, Tim, watch out, because
you talk about disco, and disco wasn't just music; it was also a culture.
Yeah.
My first year of college was 1976, and there were definitely 2 camps. Disco's great and disco sucks. Mm-hmm. You know, if you were a rock and roll power pop kind of guy, you had to hate disco.
Yeah.
But there was more than just the music culture. It was also the dress. I mean, people who liked disco had their hair parted in the middle. They wore silk shirts and very, very tight pants that flared.
I think they also wore chains around their neck, David.
I do not think so. But you know what? If that was part of disco, I applaud it, and I celebrate it for the chain.
Yeah,
anyway,
wait, what's the problem with tight pants with flares?
Well, I didn't say anything was a problem. It's just
okay.
And hair parted in the middle describes what's under John Borak's hat.
Yeah.
It's
No,
their-
my point.
the
There was
pants.
this one guy who was
so tight.
There was this one guy I knew who was all over it. You know, he had the dress, he had the attitude. That was in the first semester. The second semester, after a break, I come back and I see him wearing jeans and a t-shirt. No, I don't, Jordan. Anyway, I see him. I said, "What gives?" He goes, "Oh, well, I'm not part of the disco's great crowd anymore." And it's like, so the music really wasn't the big part of it for you then. It was just the culture.
Yeah.
Was that
it's just
Brian
weird that he
Caston from
would switch
Chewy
like
Marble,
that.
David?
Huh?
Was that Brian Caston from Chewy Marble who you're talking
Yeah.
about?
You knew. How did
Well,
you know?
You see, I think Dave, or excuse me, I'm sorry, Mr. Bash. I think that that can also pertain to the kids that walk around with Misfits T-shirts or Ramones T-shirts, things like that. Where if you say name a song that isn't called "I Want to Be Sedated," and they'll probably stand there for and but it's part of that alternative culture.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. It's still happening in a different way than it happened with the disco movement. But yeah, it's still happening.
I'm part of the Santa Claus land culture.
Oh, they're nice. Do you think the Bee Gees disco era tainted their
It made them a hell of a lot more money. I can tell you.
It made them a lot more money. You know.
Mark,
but that's a good point. That's two separate. It's two separate Bee Gees.
I was just discussing this. I don't think it was. See, me and there's another channel. If I can promote him for a second, his name is Grant Arthur. He has a channel called Grant's Rock Warehouse, and I do a lot of shows on his channel. And we just did one today focusing on the Kinks Arista years, and I don't remember if it was within the taped conversation or if it was beforehand, but we talked about the Bee Gees and how everybody loves, you'll get people standing there going like, "Oh man, I love the Idea album or Horizontal or this, whatever." But nobody really talks about the disco stuff. But I think their songwriting was just as strong. It was just different.
I agree with you. At the time, I certainly liked Main Course, but I could see where things were headed with that. Then once Saturday Night Fever stuff came out, I had to hate it. It was, if you were again someone who liked classic rock or power pop, you weren't allowed to like it. But now I look back and I say those songs are awesome.
Main Course is my favorite Bee Gees album. I know that a lot of people will probably say Bee Gees first or Idea, Horizontal, maybe Trafalgar or whatever. But Main Course I think is an incredible album.
I agree. But I liked that back then. I think most Bee Gees fans talk about Odessa as a favorite. Yeah. It's a double album and it has that felt cover. I would not say that at all.
I don't rate that in my top 10.
The first album is probably my favorite. But
is it?
Yeah, but Horizontal, and actually it's not. It's a misnomer because it's not their first album. They had a couple of albums prior to that.
Yeah, I have a box that has like 3 of the Australian albums. Yeah, Spicks and Specks and stuff like that.
Amazing catalog.
Yeah, and I even love up to the last couple albums. I think I don't think that the last few albums were 100% strong, but I think they had songs that match, stuff from, the quote unquote disco period. But, getting back to that whole disco thing, I really feel that, how, here's sort of one of my weird parallels. The Elvis Presley estate, they kind of cut everything off at about 73. And they so the stuff that they market, the t-shirts and the books and all this kind of stuff, they cut off at 73. They don't want people to remember that Elvis gained weight. And then Elvis had his drug issues and slurring and all that kind of stuff. They don't want people to remember that. A lot of times Bee Gees fans sort of cut off at about 72, and they don't even talk about anything past 72. Well, no, I'm saying that I'm talking about, when you talk to some of the Bee Gees, they only maybe go up to Run to Me or something.
Really, they don't
Maybe.
like Life in a Tin Can, or what was the next one that?
I never hear people talk about stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But maybe that's just because I hang around with a few small rabbits and a cockroach. Oh, and sometimes occasionally John Borak.
By the way, one of our people here, Rick Vittinson, we played a track from the band that he was in the early 70s called Brevity. And, it's really, really good early 70s pop. And thank God for Roger Uday of Think Like a Key for finding this album and putting it out.
Now I have to track that down.
How is the reception for you? What was the response?
Rick, your mic.
You're muted.
You're muted, Rick.
Unmute.
I do this at work as well,
There we go. So
I'm always muted.
how has the response been to Brevity so far?
I have been so pleasantly pleased with the response. All I ever cared about was getting it out before I died, and so far so good.
Yeah.
And you're still here, yeah.
And it sat around for 50 years. The reviews have been pretty much positive. We showed up on our first best of list this week, which really shocked the heck out of me.
Wow.
It's a delight. But again, the just to get it out and get it heard is amazing. Steve, you probably will recall I bugged you a long time ago around 2020 when my other band Athenor, and you played us quite a bit.
See, but I've never heard of this Brevity thing.
No, it's new. If you want me to send you a copy, I will.
Well, Think Like a Key is a great label.
Yeah, check out the latest stuff that they reissued beyond Brevity, and not just reissued, but they do some current stuff also.
Yeah, this is something that sat around for 50 years and finally got released.
Wow.
Oh, so it's your version of Head First.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now, Athenor played IPO Chicago a few years ago. You guys were awesome.
Well, thank you. And it's proof. I was 70 at the time. It just goes to prove that I still think I'm 16.
Right.
and we can still rock the hell out of a show.
and you're almost as old as Dave Bash.
Well, there you go. I know, David.
No,
But, I'm on my own now. I've told David that I'm putting something together for IPO Chicago. So I'm
nice.
Just
I
keep
really
rocking.
can. I look forward to whatever it is.
can I show something that I think that
Well,
at least
it depends. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen you show things
what are you gonna
before.
show?
I know, and I got banned from YouTube, but I'm back. I think David would appreciate this, and I'm not sure if anyone else would. But are you familiar with that, David?
Is
that
that
your
the
Christmas
Lilac
wrapping?
Time?
That's
Is that the Lilac Time album?
Yeah, it's a Lifetime Astronauts, the 3 CD version that just came out on Needle Mythology.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
need to get that.
It's already deleted, or out of print.
Is it really?
Yeah, they only made 1,000 copies.
wow.
Wow. All right.
Well,
I'll find it.
Go to Bandcamp and check it out or whatever. But Stephen Duffy and Lilac Time put out some amazing,
were excellent.
amazing records. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael McCartney.
Yeah, Mike
It's time to
Mahalo.
get on.
Aloha, can you hear me?
McCartney.
We
Well,
can't
we
hear
can't
you,
hear
Mike.
you, Michael. We
see
can't see you, but we
Yeah,
hear
my
you.
computer doesn't have a camera.
Ah.
So just
Well,
pretend
for
that
you unfamiliar,
I'm the
Michael
coolest person you've
McCartney,
ever
the
seen.
wonderful DJ out of Hawaii that was involved in so much of the devastation that went on out there, and we've been hoping to hear from you for a very long time, my friend, and so glad to hear your voice. How you doing?
Hanging in there, still just taking it day by day. Really all we can do. It was interesting though, like late last night, I still don't have television because we don't have electricity or water, but I was able to go out and find a place where you could stream online PBS's Frontline. They did a whole documentary that debuted this week. So it was hard to watch, but it was still something neat to see.
So you still don't have electricity in your home?
Correct.
Wow, after all this time. Oh my God. Sorry.
Despite all the, it's going to take years to rebuild this city, but there is some good news. Just the day before Thanksgiving, my classmate's son is officially the first family to have their home rebuilt. And so they got to move in the day before Thanksgiving. So we're slowly getting there. Now they're dealing with residents, right? So the town itself, all businesses are still, the debris is still being removed.
Wow, man. I feel for you, my friend. As you've heard many times throughout this show that we've done, so many people that are concerned for you and for everybody around you there, and just absolute blessings. The holiday season can obviously be difficult when you're dealing with bigger issues than what most of us have to deal with. So
it is interesting how I can easily relate now to like what the folks in North Carolina were going through. It's like, oh my God, it wasn't a fire, but they got the same result. No electricity, homes were destroyed, people were just stranded without any help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here in Southern California, as is our Steve Schnee and John Borak, and we're on a fault. We're right near a fault line, so we don't.
It's not my fault.
We don't think about it on a day-to-day basis. At least I hope not. But I look at this home, and it could just be it could be absolutely destroyed, turned to rubble at any second. So
CDs everywhere.
It might be, yeah.
How you doing, John?
I'm doing good, Michael. Doing good. Good to hear your voice.
Good to hear your voice as well.
Yeah, it really is. Really is good to hear from you, my friend. We're just hanging out here. This is our last show of this year, and we're just inviting anybody that wants to come on and say hi and talk a bit about music. We're playing some music. We're
Am I the only one that didn't mind the disco era of the Bee Gees?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
No, I love the disco era.
That's good.
I love the disco era.
But I
didn't mind it even back then.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it when it was happening, and I just love the fact that these guys were basically on their last legs, commercially, and they found something that worked, and boy, did it work. I mean, if only
you had seen the midnight special when they did Nights on Broadway. I was like, so powerful to see that.
You can still see that on YouTube.
Dang.
Yeah. Indeed, but it's funny. My original question was, for fans of the early Bee Gees stuff, did the disco era taint their history, so to speak? I don't think it did.
I think regardless.
I think if you're a fan of the early Bee Gees, you're a fan of it, and then if you there's a lot of YouTube stations out there that get into how well the production is of those disco era tracks, even those outside of the Bee Gees. And it's amazing what goes into some of those tracks, and then you have a new appreciation for it. But no, I don't think it taints their history. But
it's interesting how a lot of my classmates were anti-disco, but now that they're all in their 60s, they go, "Wow, those songs are really good." Real musicians, for God's sake.
Kind of like how people weren't allowed to like the Carpenters or anything resembling soft rock.
Mm-hmm. You would get beaten up for that, or at least at my school. You couldn't.
Yeah, I actually beat up David once for
the
Carpenter.
No, you see,
all the way to New York to do that.
What you guys are talking about is why people have guilty pleasures. I don't believe in guilty pleasures, so
I don't believe in it either.
I was making cassettes for or mixtapes. I'm sorry, back in the day, and I'd have Madness followed by Buzzcocks, followed by Starland Vocal Band. Whatever I wanted to put on, whatever felt good in that flow, I was going to put on. I remember a friend of mine actually, he asked me to make him a party tape. So I made him a party tape with a bunch of upbeat tunes, and he said that the next day. In fact, this was my boss, so at least I got to keep my job. The next day, he says, "What did you do? Why did you put that song in the mixtape?" I'm going, "What are you talking about?" He goes, the whole party stopped the minute Tom Jones' Help Yourself came on. And I had to jump out of the pool because it came like right after Madness and before Human League or something like that. And like everyone was appalled that Tom Jones' Help Yourself came on. And now if you play Tom Jones Help Yourself to people, they're going to go, oh, that's awesome. But back in 1983, 84, I guess it wasn't considered cool.
No. I even now really appreciate some of that early 80s new romantic stuff. It was mainly, I never could get into it because A, not enough guitar, and B, those voices, the way they sang. I just, I don't know, there seemed to be something very smug about it. But now I like it a lot better.
Yeah, don't ask Tim Allen about it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim is one of my nicest viewers, because when I do stuff on 80s music, Tim supports my channel, and I appreciate the guy and love him because he's always there. But when I put on, do a video, like last night I did something, or I posted a video on the catalog of by Big Audio Dynamite. And his thing was, instead of saying like, I don't like this band or I can't get into them, his thing was, well, my ex-wife really liked this band, so... Right. And then that was it. Or he'll say something like, "Well, I'm glad you like it." Stuff like that. He's never dismissive, but he will sit through my videos, even the song medleys and stuff.
That brings up another point. Does anyone here have an ex-wife that either threatened to or took their record collections?
No, I've had two ex-wives that threatened to sue me.
Okay, well that's nothing.
And of course, yeah, exactly.
I have one ex-wife who threatened to sue Spaz also.
But no one.
Yeah, my ex.
Not like Big Audio Dynamite, man. I'm telling you.
She got the gold mine. I got the shaft, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not a Big Audio Dynamite fan, John? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know enough about him to say I am or I'm not.
Oh, okay. But actually, I was very happy because my first wife, I got full custody of John Barak in the divorce.
Yeah, that was nice.
So,
yeah, nice. Yeah.
When I turned 18, though, man, I got the hell out of there.
Rick.
So we lost Rick and Monkey.
Rick sent me a message saying it was dinner time at his house and he's the cook, so he had to. To go. But again, I said
cook.
This is
my
organic.
eyesight was off. I couldn't read the word cook. I thought it was something else. Okay.
Pulling out the craft dinner.
My mom threw out all my comic books. There's
that. There's on baseball cards
and baseball cards and all kinds of stuff.
You know how the cards that my mom threw out. If I had them now, I could read them.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, my mom painted all the walls of my bedroom when I went off to college, and my bedroom was basically, I was totally inspired by the artwork of Mort Drucker. And so basically I had caricatures of every Hollywood actor I could think of all over all four walls. So when I came home, it was all painted white. I was like, no.
Oh my gosh. But Michael, you're back on the radio. Everything's good radio wise, right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I'm doing public radio, so that's just once a week. The other 9 radio stations that I'm at, 4 of them have moved to Oahu. And so we're still, it actually called me about a week ago saying, hey, let us know when everything comes on. We're waiting for you. It's like, oh, that's good to know. After 16 months, I thought for sure they have moved on, but they're still waiting for me. So that's nice. So there's still 9 other stations I need to return to. So just got back on the radio after over a year. It's still difficult. It feels like tightrope walking as we go from serious subject matter to, hey, let's talk about this great new album from Mark Bacino.
How great of a voice does Michael McCartney got going on right now? I mean, I love Michael's voice. So
all I hear is the high school voice. The one that crosses the high school gym during the dance. You do want to dance? No, okay, and then walk back. That's what
I affectionately call him Maui Macca. So every time I'm talking to my brother about, well, at least you got to meet Maui Macca. So my brother doesn't even call him Michael McCartney anymore, I don't think. I think he calls him Maui Macca.
God.
Good to hear your voice, though. It's fantastic.
Well, thank you, Mark. No, actually, I am going to get going, gentlemen.
Wow.
Well, that's another thing that got you banned from YouTube. You got to get going. Just leave before you do that. Hey, Shni, how great is that yacht's? That yacht's,
it's wonderful.
Missing
it's wonderful.
Demos, huh? It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I was just listening to that all day today. Yeah.
Finally got mine. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, see, because like months ago, maybe even a year ago, Henry sent me pulled right off the cassette, not even remastered. He says, "What do you think of these?" And he said he sent it to like four or five people total. And he goes, "What do you think of these? Do you think we should think about releasing them?" He said, we'll go in and we'll fix them up and everything. And I listened to them, and I wrote like a 1-page review of it, and he put that in his file, and I guess it was unanimous that they should release it. And I think that they've done a great job, great package. Chris, I don't know if his last name is pronounced Topham or Topham, but he's kind of the record label guy, the guy that mailed it all out. He's the guy who went out and got all 3 autographs on the inner sleeve.
Yeah.
And incredible.
That was a nice touch when the vinyl came, and it was autographed by the 3 remaining members, so to speak.
Yeah,
man, really great package, man. Really wonderful to have that stuff, man.
Hey, Rick, Vic, have you seen the Beatles U.S. albums box yet?
Oh,
I really hope they do a Canadian one. You guys had the Twist and Shout album and a few others that had totally different covers and tracks. That'd be great if they go up there and do that one.
yeah. I probably have them all because I've got all those records in my vinyl collection from when I was a little monkey. But yeah, I'm not even sure that I know which ones are the Canadian versions because that's just what I had growing up. I know that I started to realize later that like the first U.S. Revolver was different than the UK one and all that. There was other songs on them and Rubber Soul and stuff. But the ones that like the Beatles' second album, is that a Canadian one or is that a US one?
I don't know if it is. It's definitely a US one. I think that's a US one, and the Canadian version had a similar cover, but it was called Long Tall Sally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. So the one I've got is called the Beatles' second album. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not even sure what I've got down there. I haven't pulled it out for a while.
But John, was the Long Tall Sally in Canada? Was it the same track listing as Beatles' second album, or was it kind of different?
That I don't remember. I think it was either the same or close to the same, but I would have to check.
Okay. All right, so I'm out of here.
What
Mark,
about
happy holidays. David, happy holidays. Tim, happy holidays. John Borak, Mawa Maki, and Star Collector Vic. Boy. Everybody have a great one, and we'll talk to you later.
You too.
Thank you.
See you, Steve.
See you later.
Be good. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Apparently, I've been schneed. What about? Here's another one for you. What about Beatles 6?
Beatles 6 was a U.S. album. I don't know if it's Canadian.
Yeah, so I guess everything I've got are U.S. versions from when I was a kid.
Let me see what I'm actually going to Discogs, but it's going to be hard because they don't have the Canadian pressings separate from the
the 3 major Canadian differences are Twist and Shout.
Yep.
I do have that one.
Twist and Shout's
Long
great.
Tall Sally, and I forgot what they called the middle one.
That's what I'm trying to
find
find
Meet
out.
the Beatles, but I don't remember what they called it.
That's what I'm trying to find out. It's not.
There was another one called Beatles 65.
Yeah, that's US.
That's US too. Yeah.
Hold on. Beatles albums. Beatles Canadian albums.
It's spelled BEA. There's an A after
BE. Beatles Discography Canada. Okay.
There's actually a U in there. There's actually a U in there, Mark, after the A, kind of like honor and color.
But in Canada, I believe it's spelled BEEH. So it is BEA.
I got the answer for you.
Thank you very much.
The first Canadian album is called Beatlemania with the Beatles.
Okay, yeah.
It came out in November of '63, so you actually had it out earlier than with the Beatles. Then Twist and Shout, which, you know, and then Long Tall Sally has basically the same photo as the second album, except for the words Long Tall Sally.
I've seen that cover with Long Tall Sally written instead of the Beatles' second album, but I don't own it. But yeah, I know the one.
The Beatles' Hard Day's Night looks pretty much like the same thing. It looks like you had Something New as well as us. And then the Beatles Story and 65 and I think once we get past Long Tall Sally, it's the same as ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they were all just different configurations of all the songs we know anyway, but they're just on different records. Yeah,
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Should we do some trivia, Mark?
What's that?
Should we do a Stump the Bash?
Anybody?
I'm gonna have to bow out, guys. But anyway, it's great seeing y'all.
Yeah, Vic. Hey, thanks for
Yes, happy
thanks for stopping in.
For my other Jewish friends here, I think Mark, Dave.
David.
We're 60% Jewish here right now, so if I leave, you guys
only 40%.
Wait a second.
Mark's not Jewish.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Hershberger, come on.
No, it's actually Swiss Alps, German, of some origin. I'm adopted, so I really don't. It doesn't matter to me. You know, well, I don't care one way or another. But Hershberger,
well, happy whatever you celebrate, gentlemen.
It's all good. That's what it is.
It's great to see you, Vic.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great holiday.
Yeah, you too, guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, I know Tim's always trying to challenge David in the Stump the Bash. John, you want to get involved in this little mini thing?
Well, I might as well since I'm here. Where did Michael go?
Michael had to go to the airport to do something, pick up somebody who was coming in. He was going to leave his microphone open, for as long as the stream would hold, but I guess the stream dropped. So his internet connection dropped. He might be back. But he had to go.
Jordan? I'm still waiting for Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan bailed after he talked about Donna Summer's MacArthur Park there. So I think once the disco conversation died out, he lost interest.
Right. Hey, what happened to John now?
We just lost John's video. He'll be back. But when he gets, we'll discuss. We'll discuss the trivia here. Tim's going to play. We've got a little bit different way we're going to do it.
Okay.
Well, we'll go. Now he's completely gone. It's all good. Get all this trivia stuff. Let's see here. I'm going to put in. I'm just writing on my board some names here. David, Tim. See if John comes back. There he is. He's got the ceiling. There he is.
Sorry, my daughter just tried to call me, and whenever the phone rings, it knocks me off the live stream.
Okay.
All right, let's do this just a little differently. There won't be any texting. There won't be any holding up any signs. Won't be anything. But what I got here, we've got the years 1965 to 1975 as usual. That's an 11-year period. We're just going to randomly start with somebody, and you get to pick which year you would like to try to answer this question. Of course, it still goes to the 5 points, 4, 3, 2, 1, based on the first clues all the way down to the end. And if you choose, I've got an extremely difficult chart position of the year you choose. If you want to try for that, if you get it correct, you get 5 points for getting that one correct with one big long clue. Or if you get it wrong, you lose 3 points. And so that's a little choice you can make. I'll walk you guys through it. But since Tim is a first-time guest, I'm going to let Tim pick the first year, 65 to 75. And once you pick the year, that year goes away for everybody else. So, Tim, what year would you like to attempt?
1967. I have no idea.
Oh, I like that. I like that choice of 1967. All right, Tim, you kind of know how this works. I'm going to give you clue number 1. This will be a 5-pointer all the way down to 0 points if we stump you. So this in 1967, this is chart position number 43 for the year end. 43. That's right in the middle. This was a song written by John Malone and Ali Binachard and originally released by Tommy Edwards in 1958.
I don't know.
Why am I not getting
It's tough, isn't it? It's a lot tougher when you're playing live.
Yeah. I
got nothing.
I got nothing. I might know what the song is, but if it's what I'm thinking, I have no idea who covered it. So
you gotta have both. You gotta answer.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I know.
Let's go to clue number 2 for 4 points. A hit version was later released in 1960 by Kathy Jean and the Roommates. So the original version was 1958 by Tommy Edwards, later released in 1960 by Kathy Jean and the Roommates. For this chart position 43 in 1967.
I keep thinking that Grossberg would absolutely kick all our asses.
I still don't have a clue. No,
That's good. That's good. All right. Clue number 3 for 3 points. This version, released in September of 1967, was on the Epic label backed with Miss America.
Still don't. No,
Nothing. All right, let's go to clue number 4 for 2 points. Here we go, Tim. This artist's version, the most successful of all versions, was a single on his album of the same name. So the album had the same name as this single.
I think I'm going to skunk out on my very first one.
Well, I think here's the final clue for 1 point. I think you might get it on this clue. All right. This version spent 13 weeks on the charts, peaking at number 6 for this teen idol known as the Polish Prince.
Okay. Well, okay. I know who the artist is now, but
I think I know this at this point, but I could be
song
wrong.
did he have in '67?
Man, all these years I thought it was the Polish Prince. I guess I was reading.
Wax on.
Polish the Bishop. Yeah.
I'm throwing in the towel. I think I know who the artist is, but I don't know the song.
Well, 1967 is off the table for anybody. John, David, you want to harness a guess there just for fun?
Is it It's All in the Game by Bobby Vinton?
It is not.
That's what I was going to guess too. The only Tommy Edwards song I know.
Yeah,
you were half there.
Song I knew too.
It was Bobby Vinton. The song was "Please Love Me Forever."
I've never even heard it.
Yeah, no,
that I know of.
That's why Tim went off the rails with 1967. Right? Respect. Now, Tim, you already have 0 points. You can pick up 5 points on this very hard question if you want to do it, or you could go into -3 if you get it wrong. It's your choice if you want to do it.
Wait, well, hold on. What's the hard? What's the hard question? Is it pertaining to random stuff or?
No, it's good. It'll be from 1967. It'll be a difficult chart position, and I'll give you one lengthy clue with a lot of information. And if you can get it from that one lengthy clue, you get 5 points. If you don't get it, it's -3.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pass.
All right, David, John, either of you want to try for the difficult question for 5 points or -3?
So only one of us gets to do it.
Yeah. If you both want to do it, we'll figure out a way to answer it. But
I think David should do it.
Right, if you want to, because this could go in the negative, David, or you could pick up 5 points.
It's a lengthy clue. I'll take a chance.
All right, 1967, the hard clue, chart position number 90.
Oh, okay, I see.
All right. This was a song, listen to the whole clue, and this will be the one clue. This was a song written by Buzz Cason and Mac Gaden. Originally a hit in 1967 for this artist, but it's been covered numerous times. The most successful cover in the UK was performed by The Love Affair, and the highest charting version in the US was performed by Carl Carlton. Other cover versions include The Town Criers, Rex Smith and Rachel Sweet, U2, and Gloria Estefan. This version, released in July of 1967 on the Monument label, was backed with Somebody's Baby and peaked at number 13 on Billboard.
I know it. It's fortunately, I actually heard the Love Affair version before I heard this one. But of course, the Carl Carlton's one I heard first. Yes, Everlasting Love by Robert Knight.
Look at that, David, right out of the gates with 5 bonus points right there. Boy, Tim, it's like missing a 3-pointer and then letting the other team shoot a 3-pointer and fouling him at the same time.
I wouldn't have got the artist anyway. I knew the song. I didn't have the artist.
All right, 1967's off the board. David picked up the bonus, so I'm going to let John pick the next year. I think it's only fair.
It is only fair, Mark. Thank you for saying
You're
that.
welcome.
1972.
All right, 1972. He knew that was David's wheelhouse, and he knew he's got to get that off the board right away. Okay, here we go.
I did? Okay.
You did. You knew that. You just trust me. All right. In 1972, this was chart position number 22. That's not too bad. Clue number 1 for 5 points. An instrumental originally appearing on this artist's 1971 A&M debut release album titled I Wrote a Simple Song.
Damn, I already know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say anything.
No, you can't.
I think I know it too.
It's an instrumental. Well, the artist is Billy Preston. And would the song be Space Race?
Nope.
No.
That was 73, I believe.
Oh, whatever.
All right. Well, you'll probably get it on the next one.
We'll give it the next clue. Just for 4 points. This song was created by the artist playing a clavinet through a wah-wah pedal.
That's every Billy Preston instrumental.
Ollie Perry knows it. Don't say anything, Ollie.
I'm trying to think of all the Billy Preston instrumentals. Was it Out of Space?
There you go. 4 points, John. Out of Space, Billy Preston. Now, John, as we said, there's a bonus question for 1972. You can pick up 5 points if you get it correct, or you can lose 3 points if you get it wrong. So it's up to you if you want to give it a shot.
Sure, what the hell.
All right, here we go. 1972 bonus question. This was chart position number 88.
Yeah.
Here's the clue. In the album that this track came from, liner notes, the artist states that he intended that this song be the hit of the album and copied the Motown tradition of putting the hit song first at the beginning of the album. The artist wrote the song in 20 minutes, a feat he attributes to a reliance of stimulants like Ritalin. It caused me to crank out songs at an incredible pace. You can see why, too. The rhymes are just moon, June, spoon kind of stuff. Oh, the track was released on Bearsville Records.
Well, I'm sorry. Can you read it again, Mark?
Yep, 1972,
Right.
chart position number 88.
Right.
From the liner notes, the artist states that he intended this song be the hit of the album and copied the Motown tradition of putting hit songs at the beginning of the album. The artist wrote the song in 20 minutes, a feat he attributes to the reliance of stimulants like Ritalin. It caused me to crank out songs at an incredible pace. You can see why, too. The rhymes are just moon, June, spoon kind of stuff. Oh, this track was released on Bearsville Records.
Would that be I Saw the Light by Todd Rundgren?
There's 5 points, plus 5. John Borak is way in the lead at 9 points. Great run on 1972, John. Look at that. I love it. David, You're in second place with 5 points in the bonus question. Tim, you're bringing up the rear with a big donut, but that could all change quickly. What year are you going to, David?
I'm going to go with my favorite, 1970.
1970. Here we go. All right, 1970. Chart position on this one, number 32. He probably has the chart position memorized, but here we go. This track, written by this band's singer, guitarist, and their keyboardist, was included on the group's 1970 album titled Open.
I believe that would be Ride, Captain Ride by Blues Image.
Ooh, David's coming right back. Ride, Captain Ride, 1970 by Blues Image. Another 5 points, putting you right back in the lead. Do you want to go for the bonus 5-point question or lose 3 points if you get it wrong?
What do I have now, 10 points?
You're at 10 points. John is at 9 points. Tim, as we know, is at 0, but it's all good.
It can change in a matter of moments.
I'll go for it.
All right, here's the tough question. This is 1970. Chart position number 81 for the year. This track, and bear with me because some of the words are difficult, released in December of 1969 on the Colossus label, was written by Peter Teterow and Hans van Eyck. The original song features a French lyric, Après tout le beau, je te dis merci, merci. After all the beautiful days, I say thank you.
I believe, wait a minute. Well, there's two possibilities, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Every time I would hear the song, I would think, I didn't know French at the time. I would think about the basketball player, Walt Bellamy. And for a second, I thought, this song can't really be about him. But I was 10 years old, or 11 years old. So what the hell did I know? Yeah, I have to go with Ma Belle Amie by the T-Set.
Fantastic. Look at David. 5 more points on the bonus question. Racking it up at 15. John Borak at 9. Tim at 0. Because you're each going to get three questions. So Tim, you got to go all in on this one. What year we got? We've used 74. All right, I was going to say we've used 67, 72, 70, and now 1974. Here we go, Tim. 5 points in the first question. This song is noted for its introduction, featuring a repeat of the first 10 notes of a slow version of Julius Fusik's Entrance of the Gladiators.
What chart position did it end up in?
Number 19. Chart position 19. Number 19 in 1974. Song is noted for its introduction, which features a repeat of the first 10 notes of a slow version of Julius Fusik's Entrance of the Gladiators.
Jeez. How come I know everybody else's?
I would, if it were me right now, I think there's something I would take a shot at, but I don't know if it's right.
I don't know. I don't have a clue.
All right. Clue number 1 for 5 points is down. This is still a 4-pointer, Tim. The first words heard in the track are a band member saying, "Hurry, hurry, step right up. See the saddest show in town for only 50 cents.
I was wrong before, but now I know it.
That puts no pressure on Tim by saying, I know it.
Even I know it.
I might know the song, but I'm not sure I know who does it. All right, I'm gonna guess Sideshow by the Stylistics.
That would be incorrect. That would be incorrect. So we're gonna move on to clue number 3 for 3 points. Released in 1974 on the Atco label, backed with "Just Don't Want to Be Lonely."
I mean, he was only partially wrong, because if you say he's totally wrong, he's not going to be able to get it.
All right, we'll say you're partially wrong then, but you were wrong.
Actually,
So,
let's say he's partially right. That sounds better.
partially right.
Partially
let's
right.
let's keep it positive. It's the
Well,
holiday
I'm
season.
sure-
Let's keep
I'm
it positive.
sure I got the artist wrong, but I don't know who did it.
Come on, just use some magic. You'll get it.
Yeah.
And don't be blue.
Yeah, don't be blue about it.
Yeah, okay. You given. Don't feel sorry for me, for God's sake. But it's
We
Sideshow by
are. We're
Blue
just
Magic,
having a good time.
obviously.
Wait, did you say it? What was it?
Yeah,
What was
Sideshow by Blue Magic.
There we go. That's 3 points for
But,
1974,
you know,
Tim. Hey, Tim, their strategy might backfire because if you choose to go for the bonus question for 5 points, you'd be right back in the game. So,
well, I have to, just because I don't feel like I earned those points, so I have to.
gotcha. Well, I'm glad you went for the. I'm glad you went for the bonus question for 5 points because I love this question. 1974. This is chart position number 86. All right.
Okay.
In the U.S., this track was picked up for distribution by A&M Records. It's backed with the track "Brother Sun Sister Moon." After having been a huge hit in Australia on the festival label, it became the only song to hit the top 10 in which the lyrical content originated from the words of the Bible. More specifically, it's the only top 10 hit with words attributed to Jesus Christ. David's holding this.
I think I know who it is, but I'm trying to remember the song title.
Yes. It became the only song to hit the top 10 in which the lyrical content originated from the words of the Bible. More specifically, it's the only top 10 hit with words attributed to Jesus Christ.
Damn, what the hell's the name of this song? Why am I blanking?
It's
I got
right
it.
there.
I
Oh, you got it. Okay. Tim, you're throwing in the towel. We're going to take minus 3, putting you back to 0. Hey, you're still right at even kill. David, John, just for fun, anybody have a guess at it?
It's the Lord Prayer by Sister Janet Mead.
Sister Janet Mead, the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you
thought
what,
it was the Lord's Prayer, but I couldn't remember who did it.
I'll tell you what, when I was making these clues, I went back and said, oh, how did that darn thing go? Boy, the opening of that thing, you would almost think it was a power pop track. It comes blaring in, you know?
It does, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh, Father, who art, you know, it's really good stuff. All right, well, you're back there.
Well, you know, there was definitely some power pop there because her son David put out some incredible.
Really?
No,
Nice.
I'm kidding. David Mead is not her.
David
kid.
Mead.
Yeah. The kid is not her son.
You're not my son. All right, John. Your second year, which way you going?
Has 73 been taken? I can't remember.
We have not taken 1973.
All right,
Here we
let's
go.
give it a shot.
Let's see what John does here. He could rack up some points. 1973, this was chart position number 34. It's not too bad. Clue number 1 for 5 points, written by Irwin Levine and L. Russell Brown. This track was included on this group's 1973 album, Dawn's New Ragtime Follies.
Yeah.
Dawn, D-A-W-N, not Dawn like.
Yes, D-A-W-N. Dawn's New.
Dawn like Don Hope of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Like the dishwashing liquid. Dawn.
Right, you're soaking in it.
Yes. I am currently. Don't.
Would that be Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree by Tony Orlando and Dawn?
It is not. It is not. You
Well,
are
shit,
you
why
are
isn't it?
you are partially
Yeah,
you're
well,
partially correct.
Obviously, I know the partial part. Okay.
All right, that's 5 points off. Let's go to the next clue for 4 points, John. According to this group's singer, Irwin Levine, the songwriter, was also a fan of Al Jolson and proposed the concept of this song to producer Hank Medness.
Oh, is it? Well, we're just going to assume every artist I'm saying is Tony Orlando
Yes.
and Dawn. Is it Stepping Out?
It is not. It is not Stepping Out. You're still only partially correct.
I don't know many more Tony Orlando and Dawn songs, but go ahead.
Well, let's go to clue number 3. The track is narrated by a husband seeking his wife in New Orleans.
Oh,
shocked,
shit. Yeah.
Shocked and in disbelief that his wife, Mary Jo, would abandon him and the children to join a burlesque show in a New Orleans strip joint for 3 points. What is it, John?
What is the name of the song? I know the song. Oh, shit.
I knew it wasn't Tie Yellow Ribbon because that probably finished top 10 on Billboard.
Oh, man. I know the song, and I just can't think of the name.
Come on, say it. Say it. You know it. Just say it.
I'm enjoying seeing someone else suffer.
Can you say the clue again? Maybe it'll. I know the lyrics are in there.
The track is narrated by a husband seeking his wife in New Orleans, shocked and in disbelief.
That My Sweet Gypsy Rose.
3 points, John Borag. You got 3 points on that right now. That puts you up to a total of 12 points. You're only 3 points behind David with your second clue. David has one track so far, but you can go for the bonus.
Number 22 of the year, 1973.
34.
34. Wow.
No, but that was Sister.
Oh no!
Jen.
Oh, that was number. What's that?
That was. Oh, that's right.
That
He
was,
hasn't gone for the big clue.
Yeah, he hasn't gone for the bonus yet. That was number 34 for 1973. Yeah.
The second.
He's got to go leave the pool guy in. John, do you want to go with a bonus track? You could gain 5 points, or you could lose 3.
What the hell? Why not?
All right. Chart position number 84 in 1973. Here is the clue. This track from this group's album titled Pleasure peaked at number 15 on Billboard. This song's ARP synthesizer solos, played by Junie Morrison, have become a staple part in hip-hop sampling history, having been sampled by Dr. Dre, MC Breed, Too Short, and The Game. This song could be heard on the fictional radio station Bounce FM in the video game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Fault.
Who's MC Breed?
No idea, but it was... I barely know who Dr. Dre is. I'm sorry. But,
well.
But this song's ARP synthesizer solos, played by Junie Morrison, have become a staple part in hip-hop sampling history.
ARP synthesizer solos, 1973.
Chart position 84. So,
oops.
John didn't know, so he quit.
Go play again, or am I still here?
Yeah, you're there. It's like my
daughter's
brother who he's losing a Monopoly. He would just smash the board and walk away.
No, I just.
I think I know it.
The button on the phone, I knocked it over.
I think I know it, but I'm not sure. But I couldn't. Those modern clues, forget it. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dre has a chain just like the one you're wearing. Actually.
Yeah, he does. That is coming from the Dr. Dre line.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's go to the next clue.
That's it. There's only one clue. This is it. 5 points or minus 3.
Well, hold on, then let me guess. ARP synthesizer. I don't know. Who is it?
Oh man, a gummy candy in my tooth. Yeah. No.
Is that what it was called? Gummy candy in my tooth?
Gummy candy in my tooth. Nope. Chart position 84. We're going to take 3 points away from John. You're back down to 9. But the track was Funky Worm by the Ohio Players.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Okay.
We that was never played on WABC. I only
it was never played out here either in California that I remember.
Wow. American
First I ever heard of the Ohio Players was Love Roller Coaster.
Yeah, Love Roller Coaster. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a few big hits that were played, but not that one. At least.
All right. Well, Tim has had two years. John has had 2 years. David, pick your second year. Everybody's going to get 3 years for this game.
What's the score right now?
Well, right now, David's at 15, John Borak's at 9, and Tim, we know where you're at. Where you at? Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, instead of going, this is the third and last one, right?
No, this is your second one. Then we have everybody has a third one. That's it. No.
All right. Well, I'll challenge myself here and pick 66.
Ooh, 19.
Which could. I mean, there's a big chance I'll get a 0, but
you could get a 0. You could get -3 for going for the bonus. You could end up back.
But go ahead. 1966.
All right, 1966. This chart position is an easy one. It just happened. You happened to pick it. It's chart position number 16.
Okay, well, it's never easy. In a year where I didn't hear the stuff at the time, it's never
well,
easy.
it's before you were born, so it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, clue number 1 for 5 points. This song is built around a Charles Perrault fairy tale, adapted by ending before grandmother makes her entrance.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, I know it. Say, has anybody seen My Sweet Gypsy Rose?
Yes, it is. And we used it twice.
Say it again, not like it's going to help, but who knows?
This song is built around a Charles Perrault fairy tale, adapted by ending before grandmother makes her entrance.
Number 16, huh?
Yep. For the year, number 16.
I know.
For the year.
I don't know.
All right. 4 points. Clue number 2, written by Ron Blackwell. This version was released in June of 1966 and peaked at number 2 on Billboard Hot 100 in August of 1966.
Well, that's not going to help me.
Not going to help you.
If I don't.
Well.
No, don't know it.
All right. Clue number 3 for 3 points. It was released on the MGM label back with Love Me Like Before.
Okay, well.
MGM label.
And this is number 16.
Number 16 for the year.
Right, well, maybe. Is it I'm Henry VIII by Herman's Hermits?
It is not. It is not. It is not. And you're not even partially correct.
I'm not even partially right on this.
No.
Okay.
All right, we're down to 2 points. Clue number 4, you will get it on this one. That would be me betting the mortgage on it. The song begins with a howl and a spoken recitation.
Oh, I know it now.
We got John and Tim both going, I got it.
That's for the howl and the spoken.
A howl, HOWL, right. And a spoken recitation for 2 points.
66, huh? Oh, geez. Yeah, I don't know it.
All right, we're down to the last clue for 1 point.
Jesus.
The singer remarks about his own big heart and that his subject has big eyes and full lips.
That was Say, has anybody seen My Sweet Gypsy Rose?
Yes, it was.
I'm shooting a blank here. I do not know.
All right. Well, Dave doesn't know it. John, Tim, you want to let him know what it is?
Tim, go ahead.
It's Little Red Riding Hood by Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
Excellent, Tim. Good call.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised it did that well on the charts. I never knew it was that big of a hit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
thought
so either. I mean, I know the song, but you would have had to give me several more clues before I got that one.
Oh,
when you said it started with a howl, I
Sure.
thought it was Mid-Tempo Trap by Chewy Martin.
The owl should have, yeah.
That was more of a cry than a howl.
Well, David, that was your second year choice. You're still holding at 5 points. You could go for the bonus question, which is 1 clue to get 5 additional points, or you could lose 3 points. So it's up to you.
I just realized that I screwed myself because there's only 1 year of the 70s left, and one of these guys can take it.
That's Tim and John's strategy, was to use up all the 70s quick. And
No, I figured maybe I had a shot at this one, but I didn't. So tell me the score again.
well, you have 15. John's at 9, and Tim, you got okay.
What does it matter what the score is? Jeez.
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, I'm competitive.
He's strategizing.
And if I didn't have respect for you guys, I wouldn't give a shit. But
If you get this bonus question wrong, you're down to 12 points. So
that's right. And then I'm gonna have to pick another 60s year, I'm sure. So
I have respect for all three of you, and I still don't give a shit.
I'm sure. All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm going for the bonus.
all right, going for the bonus. Here we go. 1966 bonus question, chart position number 95.
Oh,
Here we go.
okay.
A soul song written by Eddie Floyd and Steve Cropper. First recorded in December 1965 by this artist and included on his 1966 album On Atlantic. Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells sang backup. The track reached number 13 on Billboard. The title of the track is a reference to a Marvelettes hit from 1962. The writer and the singer performed this track together in a 1988 movie, The Blues Brothers.
Which I didn't see, but I think I. What track? Read the clue again, please.
Yep, a soul song written by Eddie Floyd and Steve Cropper. First recorded in December 1965 by this artist and included on his 1966 album On Atlantic. Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells sang backup. The track reached number 13 on Billboard. The title of the track is a reference to a Marvelettes hit from 1962. The writer and the singer performed this track together in a 1988 movie, The Blues Brothers.
I'm trying to think. Oh. I think I know the artist, but I'm not. What did you say the name of the album was, or you didn't?
No, I said the name of the 66 album On Atlantic.
That's all you said.
Patti LaBelle, the Bluebells sang backup.
I think I have the artist, but what the hell? No, he wouldn't have. They wouldn't have sung this in the Blues Brothers. I think I just bought a box set of this guy, and I still can't think of what it is.
This could be -3. This could make
This
everything great.
could change the face of music forever.
Wait, did Spaz just say it was true by Spandau Ballet?
That might be wrong.
It might be wrong, or it could be true.
I'm just gonna guess. Is it "I'm Not Talking" by Otis Redding?
It is not. You're going to lose 3 points on that -3, putting you down to 12. Anybody have a guess on that just for fun? No.
I don't remember any duets in the movie. I love that movie.
The track
My
was
only guess is Shake Your Tail Feathers.
6, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Wilson Pickett.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Wilson Pickett.
you would have
6,
again.
3,
You would have had
4, 5, 7,
you would have had to
8,
give me a
9.
million clues before I got that.
I don't remember.
Well,
that
currently the score stands David at 12, John at 9. Tim, you got okay, but it's okay. We have 1 year left for each of you, and we're back to Tim. What are you thinking, my friend? We've used 66, 67, 70, 72, 73, 74. So we've got 71, 75, 65, 68, and 69.
I'm going 68. I'm just bad at picking years. I don't think I'm bad at the game. I'm just bad at picking.
No, you just it's all when we play this game. Very much, it's just all luck of the draw. It is what it is. All right, here we go. This one, here we go. 1968 chart position number 2.
Ooh, wow.
Well,
A
you'll get this.
song originally recorded by Greek singer Vicky Leandros, with music by Andre Pop and lyrics written by Pierre Cour.
Well, maybe not. Hell of a tough clue.
1968.
I'm just gonna blurt the first thing that comes to mind out. I'm probably wrong, but "Release Me" by Engelbert Humperdinck.
It is not "Release Me" by
I don't
Engelbert
think that was
Humperdinck.
much of a hit in this country, but it certainly was in the UK.
5 points off the board. We're going to go to the second clue for 4 points. The original version represented Luxembourg in the Eurovision Song Contest 1967 in Vienna, placing 4th.
Yeah, these clues are
That's helpful.
Tough clues. Tim's just picking the hard years, man.
I am. I said I'm bad at that part. Oh my God.
No, you're really good at picking the hard years. That's the way
Yeah,
I
I'm
look at it.
great at it. Oh my gosh. Number 2 for the year, though. What? How can I not? Number 2 for the year.
I'll be right back.
I'll give up. I don't know.
John's see a man about a horse. All right, let's go to clue number 3 for 3 points. You still get on the board here, Tim. This version, an instrumental, recorded in late 1967, became the first #1 hit by a French artist in the Billboard Hot 100 in the USA. It was a French artist.
Oh, okay. I got it. If I'm right, I'll say it's my favorite instrumental of all time.
It's very good. Yeah, I like it.
I don't have it. I don't know. I'm going to wind
All
up
right.
with 0.
It's okay. It's all right,
No, you're
Jim.
not going to get a 0 on this one.
Clue number 4 for 2 points. Released on the Philips label in January of 1968, backed with "Alone in the World." Yes, it's the true instrumental version by Spandau Ballet. Yes, Steve.
Do you actually know it's Steve? You could just say yes or no without revealing anything.
Oh my God.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Clues.
It was on the Philips label in 1968, back with "Alone in the World."
But well, he missed the most important clue.
The French artist, yeah. Became the first #1 hit by a French artist.
And instrumental.
Yeah.
And I said, you're going to pay me $50? Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to wind up with the goose egg.
All right. Here's clue number 5 for one.
It's definitely harder to do it live. There's no doubt.
Here's clue number 5, Tim, for 1 point. According to the artist who conducted the orchestra, he chose the song because it was published by his record label, even though he was not fond of it. That didn't give you much more to go on.
No. Is it, wait a minute. Is it, I gotta think of it. I'm going to throw a guess out. I have no idea. Is it "Love Is Blue" by Paul Marriott?
1 point for Tim Allen. Nice. Now here's the hard
think of anybody on Philip.
Well, once I heard instrumental and French, that's what it took for me.
Great instrumental, but Tim, you got 1 point.
My favorite
Here's-
instrumental of all time, and it's in my top 100 songs of all time.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
I saw.
Here's
a
the
movie
hard
in
question.
college once, Mark.
What's that?
Mark, I saw a movie in college once called Love Is Blue, but I think it's a different.
It was on 8 mil. It was on 8mm, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a small little
with no sound. 8mm.
Pee Wee Herman was there. Go ahead.
I think Diddy was there as a kid, wasn't he?
George Michael also.
Yeah, George Michael and P. Diddy.
George Michael had to go to the bathroom though.
Now, Tim, here's the hard question: Do you keep your point and have a point, or do you go for the bonus question, which could give you a total of 6 points, or could put you in the negative for the entire game? That is up to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my point and crawl away.
All right. Tim has kept his point. He's going to end up the game on the positive side with 1 point. All right, John. We used 1968.
Let's do 1971.
I think 1971 is
Surprised you're
available.
not taking 75. That might be easier for you, but who knows?
All right, here we go.
Defensive move.
Defensive move. Very good. Because 71's in David's wheelhouse. Here we go. 1971 chart position number 14.
Wow.
Clue number 1. Not a lot to go on these clues though. So we'll see. 1971 chart position number 14. Number 1, a soul song written by Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong.
That's it?
That's it.
The hell kind of a clue is that? They wrote a million songs.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in 1971 though. I think I would. I know what I would blurt out. It might be wrong.
I'm going to blurt out Cloud 9 by the Temptations.
That is not correct. Let's go to clue number 2 for 4 points. Originally recorded by the Temptations. This group re-recorded the song, resulting in a peak position of number 3 on Billboard.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had it.
Originally recorded by the Get Ready by Rare Earth.
It is not Get Ready by Rare Earth.
Wrong year.
Oh, what the hell? I thought I had it for sure. Oh, well.
All right, clue number 3 for 3 points. Released in May of 1971 on the Gordy label, this track was this group's only top 40 hit.
I don't know. Go to the next one.
Clue number 4 for 2 points.
I'm just being honest here. I could hem and haw and say, Gordy label. I'm not going to. Screw it. Go ahead.
All right. Clue number 4, 2 points. The lyrics deal with backstabbing friends that do their friends wrong.
And no, it's not the Backstabbers.
I know it's not Backstabbers because that was not on Gordy.
But I know what it is.
What?
I know what it is.
I think I need to know.
Good.
It's a song you like a lot, John, as far as I remember.
Oh, good. That makes it even better that I have no idea what
If I'm right, I think you said you like this song a lot.
Go to the next clue, please.
All right, clue number 5 for 1 point. After Eddie Kendricks left the Temptations, Norman Whitfield recorded this track with his label proteges, a psychedelic trio, a psychedelic soul group.
I don't know.
That's it. Anybody else feel a guess just for fun?
I feel a guess, but let's let Tim say it.
Tim, you know what it is?
I think it's Smiling Faces sometimes, or whatever it's called, by the Undisputed Truth.
Tim would have gotten that had he chosen that.
Wow.
Smiling Faces sometimes, the Undisputed Truth.
John, didn't you tell me once you thought you really liked that song?
I mean, I like it, but no, I didn't.
No. Maybe it was someone else.
Well, John, 1971, you can go for the 5-point bonus and or lose 3 points. I know you're going to go for it. I'm going to tell you right now, this clue is very short.
Great. Okay.
Let's go for it.
All right.
Bonus question. 1971 chart position number 79, written by Canadian-American singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell. This version by this British band was released in November 1970 on the Uni label, back with Ballad of Aubrey Ramsey?
Oh, Uni label.
Uni label, written by Joni Mitchell. British band.
It wasn't on Uni in the UK, I don't think. But
no, in the US.
Well, I was going to say Woodstock by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, but that would not have been on Uni. So
you would be partially correct.
Oh, wait. Woodstock by Matthews Southern Comfort.
We're going to give John 5 points. Woodstock by Matthews Southern Comfort.
Wait, what number did you say that finished at?
79.
Wow, it was way bigger on the Billboard charts than it was in New York. In fact, I don't even think WABC played it.
I don't remember hearing it either where I live.
Well, my friends, let me just give you the update. Tim is holding strong at 1. John Borak now has 14 points with that 5-point bonus question. David Bash is at 12 points. So right now,
do I pick another 60s here or do I go for 75? I rarely pick 75 actually. So
I think
try
you should do this strategically.
So right now you need 3 points to put yourself in the lead, and then of course it would be, would you take the bonus question chance to win it all, going away, or lose it all? So it really comes down. This is very high pressure right here. I don't think we've ever been this close. All right, 1975 chart position number 23. This song, written by Bob Crewe and Kenny Nolan, after Crewe visited New Orleans.
This is 75.
1975 chart position number 23, written by Bob Crewe and Kenny Nolan, after Crewe visited New Orleans.
Kenny's brother Gary had nothing to do with it, though.
And Steve, it's still not true by Spandau Ballet. 5-point question.
December 1963 by the Four Seasons?
It is not. It is not.
Okay.
But you're okay. We're going to go to clue number 2 for 4 points. This would still put you in the lead. A demo of this song, first recorded by the 11th Hour, a disco group made up of studio musicians fronted by Kenny Nolan.
Oh, wow. Is it Lady Marmalade by LaBelle?
4 points for David Bash.
Should have had that.
Marmalade,
The
LaBelle.
New Orleans clue should have been bigger with me, but it wasn't. It finally was.
So here is the question. You now have taken the lead. You now officially win, but do you take the bonus question? Do you try to win going away, or do you risk not winning by losing 3 points?
Oh, I won't win if I lose 3?
No, you have 16 points to John Borak's 14 points.
Oh, my God.
If you did get the bonus question wrong right now, see, this could be talked about for years coming. If you just walk away right now and win, we're going to talk really talk about how you chickened out in the bonus question.
If I don't do the bonus question, I'm something that goes up in front of Willow, I believe.
Well, John's staying stoically quiet.
Pussy is what you mean. Okay, got it.
I have to go for it.
Got to go for it. Here it is. The bonus question. David Bash either goes far away, the winner with 21 points, or he loses by a point to John Borak on this epic final show of 2024 of Material Issues. Here we go.
Oh, God. This is
1975 chart position number 81. Whew. Here's the clue. The songwriter wrote this song partially in response to his father's criticism that the previous songs he wrote didn't have any tune. So he wanted to write a tune with a beautiful melody. The writer goes on to state that the lyrics were about a man who was dreaming, sees the vision of loveliness, and wakes up and finds that he's actually a clerk working in a bank, and so will not be able to act upon his dream. Released in November of 1974 in the U.S. on United Artists, backed with Illusions in G Major.
Congratulations. That was the longest clue ever.
That was a great long clue.
And I'm going to ask you to
read it again.
to read it once more.
It's a great clue. Here we go. Chart position number 81, 1975. The songwriter wrote this song partially in response to his father's criticism that the previous songs he wrote didn't have any tune. So he wanted to write a tune with a beautiful melody. The writer goes on to state that the lyrics were about a man who was dreaming, sees this vision of loveliness, and wakes up and finds that he's actually a clerk working in a bank, and so will not be able to act upon his dream. Released in 1974 in the U.S. on United Artists, backed with Illusions in G Major.
Well,
I know it's Little Red Riding Hood by Sam the Sham and the Pharaoh.
Yeah, right. I think if I'm right about this, it certainly does have a beautiful melody, and it's in my probably top 100, maybe even top 70, if I'm right about the song. I think Michael Simmons would know it pretty well if I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's got to be Can't Get It Out of My Head by ELO.
David Bash has run away with 5-point bonus question. 21 points.
Oh.
He remains the king of Stump the Bash. 2024 ends with David Bash on top, 21 points.
I don't think Jeff Lynne's father heard all his songs. He thinks that's the first one that's melodic. Actually, we don't know what his dad thought. Maybe he thought that one wasn't melodic either.
He might have thought that one sucked royally as well. But
yeah, we don't know.
Now
I don't know how
that would be in my top 10 songs ever.
Really?
John, you must have known it. You must have had it, right?
I actually had it when he said Illusions in G Major.
That kind of gave it to me, but
I didn't have it. But I was thinking ELO, but I didn't have it.
Yeah, what a great song!
What an amazing song that is.
Yeah, yeah. And part of the fun of putting these lists together like this is when I do it. I'm reminded of certain songs and things, so I go out there on Spotify or whatever, and I put the headphones on and listen to it, and it's just such a great song. Great song. Can't get it out of my head.
Yeah. I really like this version of the game. It's fun.
Well, it's fun. It's fun to play it with a few different people, so it builds up a little tension, and I love the fact that you had to go for it there at the end. It was do or die, but great stuff.
Maybe you need to bring on guests for every Stump the Bash.
That'd be fine with me.
Jackie Fox said she would do it. We got to get Jackie back here to.
I think I could beat her.
Yeah, you probably would, but.
But if we brought Grossberg on, he would kick everybody's ass immediately.
Then it would be Stump the Ass.
Well, you know what it is, and Tim, you mentioned you keep picking the wrong years. Yeah. Many times it is. You just get, because tonight I did this. We usually have one chart position for all the years.
Yeah.
Tonight I made it very random that it really came down to what year you picked. And you could
my
pick
first one, I think, was the lowest chart position of any of them. I'm like, this is.
Well, I'll tell you, this teaches me that there are a lot of songs from the '60s that I don't know or don't know well. Little Red Riding Hood I know well, but I just wouldn't have thought of it. And
I didn't.
There was another '60s. There was another '60s one. What were the answers to the other '60s ones? Because I think it's a song I don't even know.
Let's see. We had 1966. We had Little Red Riding Hood, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. 60. We're 67. We had Please Love Me Forever, Bobby Vinton.
That one.
Yeah, I didn't even know that song.
Never heard it.
Either.
Never heard it, I don't think.
Then we had Love is Blue, Paul Marriott.
Yeah.
And did we do no, we didn't do 69. Yeah, so we had 65.
Not in quite a long time.
Yeah, we had 65 and 69. Right? We used all the 70s, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, well, just for quick fun, we got 65 and 69. Let me just run through the clues and see if anybody can blurt out first, just for fun. If you think you know it, throw it out there. 1965 was chart position number 9.
Whoa.
A song written by Artie Glenn and recorded originally by his son, Darrell Glenn.
Nope.
Clue number 2, originally released in 1953, reached number 6 on Billboard on the Valley label in 1953.
Wait, you're saying that this song was
the original version of this song? I haven't gotten to this 1965 version, chart position number 9. Clue number 3, this artist recorded this version in October of 1961, but it was not released until April of 1965 on Capitol Records. And this track, considered a gospel song, had a B-side called I Believe in the Man in the Sky.
And this is number 9?
This was number 9 for the year.
Those are tough.
And then final clue, according to songwriter Artie Glenn, this song was inspired by a personal experience his father had at the Loving Avenue Baptist Church in Fort Worth, Texas. This would have been a tough year to choose.
It really was.
The song was "Crying in the Chapel" by Elvis Presley.
Holy shit. Yeah, again, I know that song well, but when I hear it, but those clues gave me nothing.
All right. And the last year we did not do was 1969. Chart position number 17. Here we go. The original instrumental version of this track was composed by Philemon Howe and first recorded by a South African trumpeter named
Raising in the Grass by Friends of Distinction.
There we go.
All right. 69 is close enough.
There we go.
Do know.
And that's it. There you have it, my friends. Material Issues, last show of 2024, episode number 184. John, Tim, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, guys. It was fun.
A very happy holiday to you both. Tim, we thank you for hanging out with us all the time here on the Material Issues. John, as always, the man with 10 green jackets subbing in Material Issues, at least 10. I don't know. I'm just making up the number. It's got to be up there quite a bit. So I hope you get everything Beatles related in your holiday wish list.
Thank you, and happy early birthday to you.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. Your birthdays are coming up.
That's tip. Cheers, right back at you. Another year older and deeper in debt, right?
That's what Tennessee Ernie Ford said in his hit song on Capitol Records in 19.
We're done. Hey, that was recorded it in 1965 with a band.
That was my secret bonus question worth 25 points. John is actually the winner for the night.
Here's a bonus. Here's one. I'll give you some lyrics since you mentioned this. Just a few lyrics. I'll say them and see if you know the song. Dealing in debt and dealing in the name of the Lord.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
That's it.
Oh, okay. Good one. Yeah. Well, guys, have a great holiday. We're 2 hours in. One of the longest shows of 2024. We had a blast. John, good night. Tim, good night.
See you guys.
Yeah, we will talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good one, guys. See you, Tim.
Take care, Tim. All right. Well, yeah. We want to thank the people who hung out with us till the end. Seems like Steve Schnee was one of them.
Yep.
So very cool.
Well, we thank everybody that joined us tonight, either live or on the show. We thank everybody that joined us all year long. We thank all the guests that we've had. I mean, this is episode number 184. That's over almost 3.5 years worth of shows, and 2024 was a banner. We talked about a number of just my favorite shows, but every show in 2024 is archived on YouTube, materialissues.com. If you haven't subscribed or told all your friends or whatever, please do. You can go out there and watch all the shows that you missed. We've had some great guests, and we got a great one to start off the new year. We're off next week. We're taking next week off because Christmas and Hanukkah both fall on the same day. That's a Wednesday. That's when we do the show. But we're both so busy with things going on, we thought we'd take one break for the week.
Hopefully by the time we get back, I'll have had a cortisone shot and I'll be feeling good. Thank God, though. Thank God it doesn't hurt when I sit or when I lie down, because trying to get to sleep would be insanely. Yeah. At least it doesn't hurt then. So
yeah.
At least so I'll make it through the next 9 days and get the cortisone shot and hopefully be okay.
No, we wish you the best, my friend.
Thanks.
We're always concerned on health issues.
What's Ches getting for Christmas?
Ches is getting, well, he's already, I mean, I've got him a few chewies and things like that, but everybody's already dropping things off on my front steps for Ches. I mean, what about me? I used to get food and everything from neighbors. Now it's all like homemade dog treats for Ches and squeaky toys. And, his friends from Canada that adopted my foster doggie, Missy, which is Bliss, they sent me a message yesterday about a huge package coming down for Ches. And they always send Ches this giant care package of toys and chewies and treats and everything. And he's going to do much better than I ever will this holiday. So,
wow.
But he deserves it. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
A good boy. So, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I got birthday number 63 coming up here in a couple days. I've got basketball season now. First game last night. Got a girls game tomorrow night. Eight games next week with the holiday tournament. And of course, I'll be bartending at Ovillagio Friday night, Saturday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Christmas Eve. I'll be busy. So,
it'll be in a couple of years. You can think about late December when you're 63.
When I'm 63, late December. Yeah, it's wonderful. Well, this has been a blast. Oh, what we didn't say? Who do we got coming up? The beginning of the year.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
Should say so.
January 1st.
January 1st, we have the very, very affable leader of the band, the Andersons, who had quite a buzz in the late 90s here in LA. The band also featured, you too, Tim. The band also featured the ubiquitous Robbie Rist, who was in several other bands, but on this one, he put a lot of time. Yeah, I know. Incorrigible. Yeah, for sure. Precocious.
We love Robbie.
He's heard that word all the time. He was always precocious when he was a kid. But at any rate, they put out a few albums on, I think at least one of them was on the Smile label. I don't remember if they had two on that label, but really great power pop. And this gentleman also was the bass player for the Bangles for several years when Michael Steele bowed out. So, yeah, we're going to welcome in 2025 with the great Derek Anderson.
Nice.
That's what we know right now. We're definitely we definitely have irons in the fire as usual. So
we always do. We're always throwing darts, and the only way you're going to know what's coming up is subscribe on Facebook. We send out a message on Monday or Tuesday saying, here's what we got going on, so you'll know. Yeah, join us live. We'd love to have you join us live and be a part of the conversation. That's a big part of the fun. But hey, also great to see Michael McCartney check in tonight.
Yeah, definitely
from Hawaii. Blessings to you, Michael. Keep hanging in there, fighting a good fight. We're all thinking about you.
Yeah, well said.
Man, decent indeed. All right, love to Rena.
Love to Chaz.
Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Festivus. We'll see you in 2025.
You bet.